It is extremely important to wear a life jacket because it can save your child's life or even your life. If they were to fall in the water without your, without you seeing them, like they have a better chance of getting out of the water again, having their life jackets on. There are many different kinds of life jackets. Some are like meant more for recreational, like in the pool, and some are meant more for being on a boat, and if something were to happen there, it can be more life-saving to wear the right kind of life jacket. It can save your life. It's life-saving, and it helps you not drown, keeps you up at the surface, and it can, for babies especially, it raises their head out of the water so that they can breathe and not get trapped underwater. So this life jacket is for a toddler. You can see that there is a weight range, and then the reason I like this life jacket so much is that there is a buckle that goes under the child so that they can't slip out of it. So you want to make sure that all of these buckles are fastened correctly and that it's on and that it won't ride up over their face. So here are two similar life jackets, both for toddlers. You'll notice that this one has a handle and this one doesn't. I would recommend you have this one on a boat so that if your child were to fall in, you can easily grab them and retrieve them from the water. This one, you'll notice, also has the weight and lifeguard certified stamp, and so this one would be a good life jacket, but looking for features that can save your kiddos even more is great. So to make sure that a life jacket is safe for your use, you want to make sure that they are lifeguard approved and the correct size and weight. These are your typical life jacket that you might find on a boat. However, they are not the best for kiddos. They're hard to get on and easier to get off. We want to lead by example, and so if you're on a boat, your child is with you, you always want to be wearing your life jacket so that they know that they should be wearing theirs too, and you will be safe and they will be safe, and that's all we want. So these are called puddle jumpers. These are not something we would recommend using in your pool. They are very easy for a child to get on and off. We recommend constant supervision with these if you do need to use them, but we would prefer if you use another life jacket. This is an infant life jacket. You will see on the inside it specifies that it says infant. You'll notice that it has this head support at the top with a handle. This is so that if your baby were to fall into the water, they would lie on their back and their face would be held up out of the water, and the handle makes it easier for you to retrieve them out of the water. And you'll also notice again, it has this strap that goes under the infant so that they don't slip out of their life jacket. So the first thing you want to look for is that your life jacket is Coast Guard approved. There's a little symbol inside the jacket that will tell you whether or not it is approved. And then you also want to make sure that the weight is correct for whoever is going to be wearing this life jacket. You also want to make sure that there are clips that fasten together and are secure. And then you also, if possible, you want to have this leg strap that keeps the life jacket secure to your child. And then if possible, you also want to have this handle. This can really be a great thing to have in a situation where you and your child fall into the water and you get separated. You have a place to hold on to them so that you can keep track of them and make sure that they're okay. And then if there is a zipper on your life jacket, you want to make sure that it zips all the way up and stays there. You don't want one that will fall down.
So a water watcher is somebody that we have, whether you're at like a family gathering or a group of friends, that is designated to watch children in the water swimming. So the most important thing with being a water watcher is that you aren't distracted. So you are a sole watcher of the kids who are swimming. You want to make sure that you're scanning the area, not on your phone. You don't want to be a social media watcher, you're a water watcher. You're observing the children swimming and making sure that that's the only thing on your mind. You're solely watching the kids to make sure that they're staying safe while they're in the water. So during the month of May at SwimWest, we will be having these handed out at the front desk. They're water watcher cards and they come with a very nice lanyard. So as a water watcher, on the back it shows your promises. So you're promising to keep consent and watch children around the water at all times, not to be distracted or socializing with other people or with your phone. You'll be relieved of the water watcher duty when somebody else comes in to watch the kids. And in case of emergency, you will call 911 and follow the directions given to you then. So to be a water watcher, we recommend that you are 15 years or older, as well as just not being distracted and making sure that you will be able to watch the kids. On our website, actually, we have a very nice printout. You can even punch a little hole in it and make your own lanyard as well. On the back, it also has our promises, your duties as a water watcher. So the Make a Splash also offers a water watcher card. It also has the promises of being a water watcher, which are very similar to ours. Most children drown with an adult watching them. The main problem is that the adult watching them is not giving their full controlled supervision to the child. So if you answer a phone call or check your email for 1 second, the drowning could be completely silent, and that's absolutely a tragedy. So as a water watcher, you have to make sure that you are not checking your phone or looking around or being distracted by any type of distraction. So the water watcher should be close to the pool. Don't be inside, don't run an errand. If you need to run something super quick, go to the bathroom, go inside, make sure you find somebody who is 15 years of age or older who is able to watch. So the Red Cross says 1 to 25, but the more eyes the better, so we recommend more than one. So it's super important to never swim alone. You always want to swim with a buddy. If you can't, you should at least let somebody know what you're up to when you're going swimming.
First pool rule that I would always have is never to swim by yourself. I'm assuming if you're having a pool party, then you are going to have other kids swimming with you. Definitely some other important rules if you're going to be at a pool area is make sure you have life jackets available to kids who might want or need them. Make sure you have some system in place for who is a strong swimmer and who is not, so some sort of a swim test to decide who can go where in the pool. Making sure you have a water watcher assigned, so somebody to always be watching the pool and the kids in it. Make sure that you know how many kids you have and where they are swimming. Counting heads is always a good idea, so if a kid gets out to go to the bathroom or something like that, you know that that kid has left the pool area and you can count them when they come back. And buddy checks are also always good, having kids every 10 minutes get with their buddy, make sure that they know where the other swimmers are, and then continuing to go after that. One of the best things to have is a locking child-proof pool cover so that no one can access the pool when you do not want them to be using it. If you have the pool unlocked and you're using it but you need to step away, making sure that you always ask a neighbor or somebody to step into that role, making sure the pool is supervised that way. Other good things to know are always to have a cell phone near the pool so that if you did need to dial 911, you'd be able to do that, and making sure that not just the adults present, but also the kids understand what would constitute an emergency, what the emergency number is, and when you would call the emergency number, so that not just the adults are being safe, also the kids are able to take an active role in that. So basic maintenance of your pool cover, you obviously want to keep people off of it so that the longevity of your pool cover is not affected. You want, if at all possible, to have a locking pool cover that you know the code to or have a key to so that your kids cannot open the pool cover whenever they want to. Part of the idea is that it is a safety measure for them. Making sure that it is a material that you are confident in, so some are like cloth pool covers, and that is much easier for a child to fall in and get sucked into, as opposed to a hard pool cover which they cannot open themselves. Those are the big things that I would think about when you're looking at buying one or setting up an outdoor pool for your summer. You definitely want to keep all your stuff out of the pool area when it is not in use. You also want to not leave it on the ground, because things like balls or noodles can become a tripping hazard around the pool, and that is another potential safety hazard. Even if you are not in the water, it's still good to be safe around the water and the area surrounding it. So another really important consideration when you are putting in a pool in your backyard, be it above ground or below ground, is making sure that you have a fence around your pool. Your pool obviously is yours to use, but that does not mean that your community does not have access to that physical location as well. And so thinking about a fence protects you from liability if somebody else were to try and use your pool and get into it. And it just protects your community in terms of safety. You do not have kids coming into your pool and falling into it when you don't want them to be there. It is hard to supervise your own pool 24/7, and so having that fence just adds another layer of protection. If you're gonna have a smaller pool, if like one of the ones that you would fill up over the summer with a hose, just making sure that you're flipping it back face down at the end of the day, so that you are adding that layer of safety for both your community and for yourself and your family.